Have you ever wondered why your diet keeps failing, no matter how hard you try? You're counting every calorie, you're at the gym, you're following all the rules, but that number on the scale just won't budge. Or worse, it keeps creeping up. The hard truth is, you might be your own worst enemy when it comes to losing weight. Today, I'm going to reveal 7 sneaky ways you could be sabotaging your diet without even realizing it. And trust me, number 5 is going to absolutely blow your mind. Let's dive right into the first diet destroyer that's probably wrecking your progress right now. Mistake number 1, going fat-free on everything. I know what you're thinking, fat makes you fat, right? Wrong. This is one of the biggest myths in dieting, and it's keeping you hungry and frustrated. When you cut all fats from your meals, you're setting yourself up for failure. First off, fat is what makes you feel satisfied after eating. It takes longer to digest and sends a signal to your brain that you're full. Without it, you will find yourself starving just a couple of hours after what should have been a filling meal. This leads to snacking, overeating, and ultimately, consuming way more calories. Second, your body actually needs fat to absorb essential vitamins like A, D, E, and K. No fat means you're creating nutritional deficiencies that can slow your metabolism and make you feel sluggish. So instead of avoiding fat, focus on incorporating healthy sources like avocados, nuts, seeds, olive oil, and fatty fish. These foods will keep you satisfied and support your weight loss goals. Moving on to mistake number 2, falling for the diet food trap. You've seen them. You walk down any grocery aisle and there are products screaming low-fat, sugar-free, or diet-friendly from the shelves. But here's what the food industry doesn't want you to know. These products are often diet saboteurs in disguise. Many people see these labels as a green light to eat bigger portions. You might think eating 2 low-fat muffins is better than 1 regular one. But you're likely consuming more calories, more sugar, and more artificial additives than if you'd just eaten the real thing in moderation. Plus, a lot of these so-called diet foods are packed with artificial sweeteners and chemicals that can actually mess with your hunger hormones and increase your cravings. Your body just doesn't know what to do with these processed ingredients. The solution? Stick to whole, minimally processed foods and practice portion control. A small serving of real food is always better than a large serving of fake food. Now for mistake number 3, the cheat day disaster. The cheat day, that glorious reward that gets you through a week of salads and workouts. But here, just the harsh reality. Your cheat days are probably the biggest reason your diet isn't working. When you restrict yourself all week while fantasizing about Saturday's pizza and ice cream marathon, you're creating a really dangerous psychological pattern. You spend 6 days feeling deprived, building up this massive anticipation for 1 day of total abandon. This inevitably leads to binge eating that can easily undo an entire week of hard work. Think about it. You might maintain a 500-calorie deficit from Monday to Friday, which is great. That's a 2,500-calorie deficit for the week. But then Saturday rolls around and you consume 3,000 extra calories in pizza, desserts, and drinks. You've not only erased all your progress, you've actually gone backward. This cycle also creates an unhealthy relationship with food, labeling it as good or bad. Instead of a massive cheat day, try incorporating small, enjoyable treats throughout the week in moderation. This prevents that feeling of deprivation and makes you less likely to go completely overboard. Which brings us to mistake number 4, the meal skipping trap. If you think skipping breakfast or lunch is an easy way to cut calories, you're actually working against your own metabolism. When you skip meals, especially breakfast, you send your body into conservation mode. Your metabolism slows down because it isn't getting regular fuel, which means you burn fewer calories throughout the day. Then, when you finally do eat, you so ravenous that you much more likely to overcompensate by eating huge portions or making poor food choices. Skipping breakfast is particularly damaging. Eating in the morning breaks your overnight fast and kickstarts your metabolism for the day. People who eat breakfast regularly tend to have better weight management and more stable energy levels. So, instead of skipping meals, aim for regularly spaced eating times with balanced meals and healthy snacks. This keeps your metabolism humming and prevents that extreme hunger that leads to overeating. Alright, here it is, mistake number 5. The mind-blowing one I promised you. Mistaking thirst for hunger. You might not be hungry at all. Your brain often confuses the signals for hunger and thirst because the symptoms are so similar. Feeling tired, having trouble concentrating, irritability, and even those stomach pangs. This confusion leads to a ton of unnecessary snacking when what your body really needs is hydration. That 3 p.m. energy crash you always get? It might not be a call for a candy bar, but for a tall glass of water. Dehydration also slows your metabolism and can cause you to retain water, making the scale readings really discouraging even when you're doing everything else right. So before you reach for a snack, try this. Drink a large glass of water and wait about 10 to 15 minutes. You will be amazed at how often this makes the craving completely disappear. Try to aim for about half your body weight in ounces of water every day. And remember, coffee and alcohol don't count. They can actually make dehydration worse. Next up, mistake number 6. Going way too hard, too fast at the gym. We've all been there. You get a fresh burst of motivation. You hit the gym with the intensity of a pro athlete, and then you burn out within a couple of weeks. While exercise is absolutely crucial, going from zero to hero overnight often backfires. Super intense exercise sessions can dramatically increase your appetite, sometimes leading you to eat back all the calories you just burned, and then some. Your body sees intense exercise as a stress signal and ramps up your hunger hormones to make sure you refuel. Plus, if you're not used to it, you're much more likely to get injured, which can completely derail your fitness routine. You might also experience extreme fatigue that leads to less movement throughout the rest of your day, which lowers your overall calorie burn. The key is to start with moderate activities like brisk walking, swimming, or light strength training, and then gradually increase the intensity as your fitness level improves. Consistency is so much more important than intensity, especially when you're just starting out. And finally, mistake number 7, either scale obsession or scale avoidance. Your relationship with the bathroom scale can make or break your success, and most people fall into one of two traps: weighing themselves multiple times a day or avoiding the scale altogether. If you're a frequent weigher, you're probably driving yourself crazy with normal daily fluctuations. Your weight naturally varies based on water retention, hormones, how much salt you've had, and even when you last went to the bathroom. These fluctuations have nothing to do with actual fat loss, but they can be emotionally devastating if you don't understand them. On the other hand, avoiding the scale completely means you have no objective way to measure your progress. You might think you're doing great, when in reality you're maintaining or even gaining weight, and you're missing the chance to adjust your strategy. The sweet spot is to weigh yourself just once or twice a week at the same time of day, preferably first thing in the morning after using the bathroom. This gives you enough data to track trends without getting bogged down in the daily noise. Remember, sustainable weight loss isn't about being perfect. It's about creating lasting habits that work with your lifestyle, not against it. These 7 mistakes are common because they seem logical on the surface, but now that you understand why they backfire, you have the power to make better choices. The real key to success isn't following someone else's extreme rules, but developing a personalized approach that you can stick with long term. Focus on progress, not perfection. And as always, consider talking with a healthcare professional who can give you guidance tailored to your specific needs. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe for more tips to help you on your health journey. See you next time.